Hello and welcome back to the channel, and a welcome to another job in the nursery. So mega common question over on Instagram is, how do you install a TV on a stud wall and what fixings do you use? So I was just going to do this, and then I thought, you know what, it's a perfect video to show you what I do and what I like to use from a wall fixings point of view, what wall mount, and how I go about getting it installed on the wall. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. And what I'll do is I'll explain the dimensions we've done, but they are very specific to your requirements. But I will show you the fixings and how I'm going about doing it, and how I'm placing the telly in relation, and what considerations to do with relation to the socket. So let's get going and I'll show you what we're doing. Quick video, get it done. So first things first, what sort of bracket do I use? Now, for us in here, we're just wanting kind of a TV on this wall, and it's probably going to be more an ambient type telly for the moment. So tilting, pulling out, that sort of stuff is not really applicable for what we want at this moment. Maybe in the future we will look at that. So the type of mount I've gone for is one of these peerless AVs. Now we've got these on all tellies, such as the kitchen, the bedrooms, the office, and this. So they do a tilting one, but in this instance we haven't gone for that, and this mount is suitable for 22 to 40 inch TVs. Something to note is the VESA or VESA, however you want to say it, which is generally the thread arrangements on the back of your TV. And as you can see, this wall mount pretty much accommodates various, and how it'll work is when I flip it around. So this will, let me have a look, sit on there like that, and as you can see the holes fill up. So this one, I think, if I remember rightly, is 200 across and by 100 down. So this mount in particular just slides up. So how we'll go about it is, we will fix that to the wall where we want it, fix this to the TV, and then the TV will just slide onto it, and it works really well, and I quite like these, hence why I keep buying them. So yeah, very solid, very robust, and yeah, we'll get it installed. So what I'll show you now is what fixings we're going to use to get it on the wall and in place. So the fixings I go for are the raw plug interset hollow wall anchors. So basically the basics of it is drill a hole through the wall, this goes through, and then you can either screw this screw in, and what that does is pull this end up and expands these, the bits that you can see are perforated there, and that will hold the fixing to the back of the plasterboard and allow it to hold whatever you're putting on in place. Now, another way to do it is to use an interset or hollow wall anchor interset fixing tool, I think it's called. And what that does is you insert it in the top like that, and then you can put it through the hole in the wall, pump it, and then that will pull this up via pulling the screw itself, and then hold it in place. Much easier way to do it with this, but these are £15. So if you're not using them regularly, it's hard to justify. But so you know, you don't need to use that itself. You can just screw them until it goes hard, and then take the screw out and the fixing's held in place. So that's what I use. Now these come in various sizes. This is a 6x37, and then we have the other ones here, which is, I don't know what that one is, 4x38. And also worth noting, you can see that sleeve there, sort of between that is kind of the thickness of your plasterboard. So there are also various plasterboards thicknesses, which is worth sort of figuring out and understanding. Now, I don't think it would be the end of the world on something light, but obviously you want to get the right fixing for what your sort of application is. So what's next is to get the wall plate fixed where we want it, ready to put the fixings in the plasterboard and get it all tightened up and in place. So that's what we'll do now, and I'll take you through it. So what we'll do first is we'll just offer up the telly to make sure that the height is suitable for what we want, considering you've got the socket there and that you're going to have to plug in it. So all we'll do, I have pre-measured this so it should be right, ready before we had the plasterboarding done. So we've got the centre around there somewhere, and yeah, socket's going to be hidden. We can get the plug on because it sits within that sort of space here. That's where that sits. So what we'll do is we'll get the wall plate on and then take it from there. So grab your wall plate, grab your pencil. So we know the centre is there and that's where we want it to be. So we know the top is going to be there. So that's that. Get your spirit level, make sure it's level, which that isn't. So like so there, and then that's where we want to do the second fixing. So we've marked that on the wall, and we've gone centre of this wall and then 1700mm from the floor to the centre of the telly, and that's how we're going to do it. Now we've got this marked on the wall, we can get the drill. So the fixings I'm using there take 12mm hole, so that's what we're going to drill in. You don't need any fancy SDS drill, particularly for stud walls that this is. So I'm just using a normal drill. You can even turn the speed down because you don't want to go wild and get the fixings in place. So let's get the holes drilled. So something I've just thought of, which I'm sure is probably going through people's minds, is why don't you make sure, check where the wood is or the stud work behind. Yes, absolutely, when putting a telly on a stud wall, it's better to do it on sort of timber that's behind. And if like me, you built this wall, you could make sure you've got timber in there. With our false chimney breast downstairs, we knew we were going to put an oak mantelpiece on there. So we did make sure it was well secured with timber behind, so we had something solid to mount to. In a lot of new builds, this is what you're going to be up against. You're not doing the work, so if you just want to put a telly on the wall, you kind of got what you've got, and that's why, and that's how I really found the intersect fixings that I think are better. So let's get the fixings in, and I'll get this close up so you can see exactly what we're doing. We've got this trigger, we'll get this in like we demonstrated earlier, like so. Pull it tight, and that's solid now in there. And then all we're doing is pressing that in and then pulling this until you can't get any more on it, like so. And that's the fixing in place. Now the other method you can do it, and I may as well show you while we're on with it, is take your normal fixing, pop it in the hole, get a hammer, hammer it so the prongs on the back go into the plasterboard. Then what you can do is screw it in, and what that's doing is opening the rear of the fixing to the wall. Now, as you can probably see, it's a bit messier, a bit more awkward, and you don't kind of get the proper bite. Now that's getting stiff, so I'm confident that's up against the wall. And then what we can do, back the screw out, you've got your two fixings in the plasterboard and ready. But that is worth the £15 investment to go ahead. So all you need to do now is get your wall plate and stick it on the wall. Now we've got his fixings in place, we need to fit the wall plate to this using the supplied bolts or screws that fit in there. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and just run them in with the impactor, but not all the way down, because what I would say is you're going to risk damaging the fitting if you tighten them with the impact. So what I like to do is use a screwdriver just to nip them up against the wall, and then you're happy. Check the level again. Lovely, and that is absolutely solid. All that's left to do is fit this to your TV with the supplied screws, and then it just slides down like so, and then it's got a securing 2 screws in the top of there, and then that's left us enough room to get the plug in and the TV. And that is a TV fitted to a stud wall. Very simple, very straightforward. And also, what I like about these fittings is pretty reusable as long as you don't go mad with them. So now this is fitted, what I'm going to do is take them off, or take the bolts out, take this off, paint this wall. Once it's finished, I can put them back in and ready to finish the room with the TV on the wall. And there we have it, TV ready to be mounted on the wall. I'm obviously not going to do it now because I'm going to just take it off and paint this wall now, but yeah, I hope this video's helped. Thought I'd just chuck it together because I was doing the job anyway, and it's probably useful to a lot of people out there. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do give it a thumbs up if it's helped you, and please do let me know down below if you've experienced these fixings before, because I think they're brilliant compared to a lot of others out there. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe for more items of this nature. So thank you for watching. Please make sure you do subscribe, and please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and head over to Instagram, the_DIY_journey for more day-to-day updates as we go ahead doing things like this and upgrading and renovating our current home into a nice livable space. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.